Hi everyone, I would like to share with you my insights about this STS subject. I stand for optimistic in science and technology. It is not that bad that humans will adopt the technologies as for our new normal life in today's generation. People are involved in technology by using it into different types of works. Like for me as a student, I am adopted to technologies also because I am entering an online class. Engaging in technology in life is a great opportunity because it enhances your skill and capability as a human.
Good morning, everyone. After a semester of taking science, technology, and society class, I learned a lot, especially about how technology works. Rather than simply knowing the workings of the natural world, which is the purpose of science, technology is about taking action to satisfy human need. It includes the application of methods, mechanisms, and physical objects to be able to manufacture goods, the service provision, and the connectedness of the people. Technology, in my opinion, has two sides. Of course, it really does have two sides, which is the positive and the negative side. On the positive side, the first thing that came to my mind was that it helps people to communicate, which it isn't even half of what it really is about. Because of its influence, technology has significantly changed our lives. It enhances our learning, assists in the growth of business, it makes transactions and communication much simpler, it advances science and researches, and it kind of just makes everything easier. However, we also can't deny its negative side, which has inevitably affected people of all ages. Along with its rapid advancement, it has reached a point where people are overusing it and relies on it excessively. Some of its negative effects are it stimulates health problems, leaves us feeling lonely, depressed, and anxious. Promotes a sedentary lifestyle, serves as a source of distraction, and most especially, it erodes relationship and communication skills. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Emil Victor Bunyal. Before I took this subject, I simply know technology or internet as something that is working for people to live conveniently. But after a more or less 5 months in this class, I learned how science and technology work together hand in hand. Technology uses science to solve problems, and science uses technology to make new discoveries. The essence of how science and technology contributes to society is the creation of new knowledge, and the utilization of that knowledge to boost the prosperity of human lives, and to solve the various issues facing society. It is now easier for everyone to communicate with friends and families all over the world in just one click or two, thanks to science and technology. We can now do home workouts to help improve our fitness and health with the use of videos we watch in our phones. Technology provides students with easy access to information, accelerated learning, and fun opportunities to practice what they learn. It enables students to explore new subjects and deepen their understanding of difficult concepts. It is also important in the business world because transactions and other events are handled by computers, laptops, and even our own cell phones. Now that we're in 21st century, everyone uses a cell phone. However, no matter how technologies are improving day by day, there is still a lot of opinions and worries about how technology could affect our well-being. Is technology really that bad? Obviously, there are some reasons to worry. Smartphone use has been linked to major problems like shortened attention spans, especially now that most of the world is connected to high-speed internet. The internet is home to unlimited content and entertainment, never more than a click or two away, so distractions can interfere with even the most dedicated workers' productivity. Next is severe depression. Technology is at least partially responsible for the development of a loneliness epidemic. which has made people more isolated than ever before. Because you can communicate through a screen and do everything from home. Lastly, it's addictive. Contents in the internet can be very addictive, given the euphoria associated with its use, such as gaming, surfing, television shows, and movie streaming are some of the dependency acts associated with the technology. People are so much obsessed with these activities that it is becoming unhealthy. However, none of these disadvantages implies that technology is bad or something to be avoided. Rather, they illustrate that technology isn't as perfect or complete solution to improve workplace performance or cultures. Work to recognize both sides of technological integration and compensate for the real weaknesses that technology can bring. That's all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Sheldon Clark Bustamante, and after all the discussion of science and technology, I learned a lot of things. Many years ago, I could never relate to the hardship and suffering they experienced because I was born in an era where everything can be done easily and machines were everywhere. If I was living during their time, maybe I was one of those people who have the eagerness to discover new things because as we all know, we have the nature of not being contented of what we have, and of course there is no one in this world who doesn't want changes for the betterment of everywhere. My favorite part of this chapter is all of the discussion, especially on nanotechnology, because it taught us how humanity can survive a nation, which gave me the hope that there is still a solution to make this world a better place.
For science and technology, which are the epitome of evolution, pessimism must not get in the way. There will always be setbacks at everything, but even setbacks come to an end. Science and technology are sometimes used for nefarious purposes by twisted people, but the good people will always outnumber the bad people and make everything right. The past is an example. Science and technology was used in wars, but now it is mostly used for advancing humanity and making lives easier, as well as having entertainment. We can always focus on the bad. Tragic things might happen, but by looking at the optimistic side, we can learn from it, from our past mistakes, and do better. If science and technology learned on pessimistic ways, the world and humankind would never advance far enough due to fear. Pessimism hinders growth and rejects change, while optimism improves it. If pessimism took over science and technology, progress would stop and things will stay as it is.
Good day everyone. At the end of the semester and of this subject, which is science, technology, and society, I've learned a lot of things, especially when it talks about technology and how it works and how people capable of doing something or innovating something and in the natural world and how people maintaining it to keep the world to become a better. And the history before that all about science and technology, and also it is important to us to understand the different concept and etc. about science, technology, and society. It is important to us to understand science, technology, and society. It's because it can help us in variety of ways. Like science help us to understand the concept behind us. Technology can also help us in different situations, like communication, and society can help us how to deal with other people. And this subject is absolutely important in our everyday life for reasons, and that they made our life comfortable, easy, and more secure. For me, this is the effects of my real life situation, not only me, but also all of us. And the education, and for me, this effect of my real life situation, and to others is the education, because in science technology have made a significant contribution in the field of education. Technology has made education itself convenient, and also the internet is one of the most benefits in science. It has given us the internet through it we can communicate to our loved ones, and also we can do works like online works and online schools. And that would be all. Thank you.
Science and technology are everywhere around us in the world. The leaping advancement of technology alone is not just amazing or mind-boggling, but a sure sign of the future to be. I believe that with science and technology, the life became easy. The role that science and technology has played in improving the life conditions across the globe is vivid. Our day-to-day activities would be unrecognizable without the constant forward march of technological advancement we've had as a society. The beauty of technological advancement is that it builds upon itself. Therefore, science and technology is a major role in developing humanity's future and societal change.
Hi, this is Christine K. Ando. So the STS subject taught me a lot that would improve my knowledge and skills. I learned how different processes of knowledge are initiated and progressed, and how innovative technological processes are developed, employed, and increase in importance. With all the topics we have tackled, I have gained a lot of information that would help me realize more about science and technology. As the topics are moving, it is getting more interesting. What I love about this subject is that they don't only focus on science, technology, and society, but it also talks about ourselves, and there are also scenarios that we can relate into a real-life situation. We can realize so much things, we can learn new things, and apply it in ourselves. I also learn how science and technology help improve our country into faster and easy way. The essence of how science and technology contributes to society is the creation of new knowledge and then utilization of that knowledge to boost the prosperity of human lives and to solve the various issues facing society. Science and technology leads society to national development and support socio-economic needs. I also realized that if two fields did not exist, we would not experience what we have experienced right now. It has greatly impacted our lives and makes our life more comfortable. There may be also disadvantages in technologies that has evolved right now, but it is our duty and responsibility to control ourselves in using technology, because at the end of the day, we are the one who will suffer from this. And that would be all for my learning about science, technology, and society. Thank you.
From the whole semester of discussing the subject STS, I have learned so much from our professor, Madame Rhea Fabrica. By that, I understood how our life with technology has been innovating day by day. With the help of the advancement they have applied from things to things. The STS subject taught me to value whatever we have from the past decades. Because without from those manual works from the experts before, we couldn't get in here and discover new things. We people tend to be more curious about things that have not been able to find. That's why we chose to experiment, because humans are knowledgeable and bright people. The STS learning approach requires that students be included in setting, planning, implementing how to obtain information, and evaluation of learning. The principle of learning, STS, is a discussion of issues in society related to science and technology. So that issue in the community is the organizer in learning STS. The role that science and technology has played in improving the life conditions across the globe is vivid. But the benefit has been harvested maximum by all countries. You know, science and technology has made life a lot easier and also a lot better with the advancement of medicines and analysis on diseases. Advantages of science and technology has made communication much simpler in recent times. Science has brought about groundbreaking solutions to numerous deadly diseases. Man is able to explore the space extensively because of the wide-scale development in technology. Our life has become healthier and longer. The idea behind the STS program is to provide a real-world connection for the student between the classroom and society. The process should give the student practice in identifying potential problems, collecting data with regard to the problem, considering alternative solutions, and considering the consequences of the particular decisions. The literate STS student becomes expert at problem solving. Not the solving of exercises, but the more fundamentally important area of developing hypotheses, asking questions, testing the hypothesis, and drawing conclusions based on their interpretation of the results. In essence, STS fosters critical thinking skills.
Good day everyone, I am Gia Christine Boholano from Sunflower class, Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. through 4:30 p.m. And today we're going to talk about our subject, which is Science, Technologies, and Society. But before I start, let me first give thanks to our instructor, Ms. Rhea Fabrica. Thank you for being a great instructor to us, and we love that you give us time to express our opinions about the topic and you never judge our own opinions, and that's why we love you. So thank you. So now let's proceed to the topic, which is the science, technologies, and society. But first, let me start what our report is all about. So I am instructed to report about the past presidents under AMBAG with the technologies here in the Philippines. So what caught my attention was the Marcos era, which is under President Ferdinand Marcos. So during Ferdinand Marcos, the importance given in science and technology grew. He recognized that technology was the leading factor in economic development, to support projects in applied science and science education. Let's proceed with the learnings that I got in this topic. So, science and technologies had given us a lot of topics from the technologies way back BCE to up until now. Like a quick time passed by because you can see that each year the technology developed. It's getting more and more high-tech, and I can see that if we go further and then go further with it, that could lead us to danger. Not just you, but also the people around you, or even the whole planet, the whole earth. So make sure that I just want to say that if you're a person who's conducting this science and technology thingy, I hope that you wouldn't get to the further where it gets more dangerous and it can give end to humanity.
In conclusion, here is our final thought in the topic.
Technology is essential since it is utilized for almost everything.
And it, like anything else, has advantages and risks. However,
it is entirely dependent on how individuals use it.
In the light of its rapid advancement,
we believe that if we use technology appropriately
and dwell in it, it will be possible for us
to maximize its benefit. Hence,
we want to encourage people to be cognizant of the challenges that technology may bring,
for a reason that we don't want it to reach to a point where it causes more problems than it solves. Thank you.